Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the SS Revenant. Should you buy it? Is it worth buying? What does it do? What do you get if you don't buy it? I'm going to look into all of this. We're going to look at build costs, talk about upgrade costs, we're going to talk about the loop, exactly how this ship works. We're going to break it down, and what may seem quite complicated at the start, we're going to try and make it seem a little bit simpler for you. So let's dive into the SS Revenant, the latest specialty ship launched into Star Trek Fleet Command December 2024. So, the SS Revenant. The SS Revenant is an interceptor. It is a 15-tier ship, and it has two abilities. It's got Laid to Rest, which is a huge, massive damage boost against Q continuum. So anybody with the QC hostiles tag, it's a huge boost of damage against that. And it also disables the cutting beams weapon on the Borg Type 3 and Borg Polygon armadas, which we will come to in a second. Its second one is a loot bonus, starting at 500%, and both of these scale up as you level the ship, not by tier, by level. That's how ship abilities work. They are boosted by the level of the ship. So, what do you actually get from that refinery? So, the refinery itself, this is before we've built it, just so you can see it from start to finish. In your Q Continuum tab, you will see this has now been enhanced from December 2024. You will see that you have this one, Unlock the SS Revenant, so you have a free-to-play drip to be able to grind this ship out. You can get one blueprint a day for 1,500 of the Chaos modules, and then you can get 2 blueprints a day for 8,000 of the Chaos modules, meaning that if you can do 2 chests a day, this ship will be available to you in 100 days. Great to see a free-to-play sourcing path. Really happy with that on day one. Really chuffed. That's what we like to see. We like to see it when we get free-to-play paths on day one for these ships. Really happy about that. Can't argue with it. Other thing that you can do without even owning the ship, you see, yes, I've got the blueprints, however, I do not have the ship unlocked. However, you can start to acquire all 4 of the Chaos techs from November 2024. So you can start to get shards for these. So 1 chest, you can see here that it does actually improve your odds of getting individual Chaos Tech shards as you progress through the tiers of your Revenant. However, you can still do this exchange without building the ship. So it's great. These are only a month old. It's lovely to see that they've started to add sourcing in for this Chaos Tech on day 1 of the ship being launched, which is really nice. The rest of it may look a bit complicated. It's not. It's not super complicated. We're going to dive into it. So, what we need to do now, really, is I think we need to sort of build the ship, don't we? Because what we're going to use it for? We are going to use it for the Elorian Hostiles. The Elorian Hostiles, if you've not played last month, or if you are brand new to STFC, this is something that you've never seen before, up here. So obviously we've got Federation space here, sort of the G3 area. Over to the left of it, if you go to Sol and then go west from there, you can see you've got this, which is spread out like a nexus. These are your Elorian systems. So these have the assimilated Q's Continuum hostiles within them. And these are the hostiles that the Revenant is specifically designed to be able to target. You will see that from last month, from November to December, there are lots of new systems being added. So everything that's on the main string path was here last month. All of the little add-ons, you can see that there are legs being added to these. So these ones that have been added off the existing systems, these are your armada systems for the new armadas, because there are 2 types of armadas for this particular ship, which again we're going to talk about in a second when we explain the loop to you. So I think the best thing for us to do is let's go through and build the ship. Okay, here we go. It's costing a decent chunk of titanium and some dilithium as well. It's a 5-hour, 52-minute build time for me. We are not going to spend 20 million on exchanging those resources. We are going to build it. Should we wait 6 hours? No, let's just build it now. Smart speed up. Here we go. Let's watch it come out of dock. I always like to see the pretty lights. It's nice. Comes out of space dock there. Interesting mechanics on this ship, if I'm being honest. It's interesting that they've sort of combined a couple of older ship loops into this one. And there she is. The SS Revenant here, 1 out of 15. She is now built. Okay, let's look at the interstitial. Never use that word anywhere else, have when I'm talking about these videos. So the SS Revenant is a unique evolving ship. Evolving. different to tiering, empowering to take on stronger Q continuum space and unlock greater rewards. The ship enables you to earn a wealth of additional materials resources every single day, along with granting powerful efficiency research buffs. Scrap the ship. So this is where people are comparing it to the Stellar. It's not really like the Stellar. It's the Stellar you had to scrap multiple times, max it, scrap, build, max, scrap, repeat. That was the thing for that. This is different. This you are literally only going to have to scrap it 3 times. Scrapping it 3 times will get you everywhere that you need to be. And each scrap cycle will allow you to move through the evolution cycle. Again, I'm going to explain this to you in a second. Enable you to take on tougher challenges and also improving its ability against the armadas, which is the other thing that I'm going to talk about. And it will also, every time you evolve the ship, so at tiers 5, tiers 10, and tier 15, well, it says tier 14 here, it is tier 14, so which means it wouldn't be 71 to 75. This will be clarified and it will be cleared up soon to make sure that that's right. So ignore the fact that tier 14 isn't 71 to 75. Evolve the SS Revenant to unlock better rewards, defeat stronger Borg Type 3 Solar Armadas and Borg Polygon Group Armadas. The Solar Armada targets can be attacked with only 1 ship at a time. It says it can be attacked with 1 ship at a time. It's only 1 ship at a time to be able to do it. So that's the interstitial for that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to send out my Revenant. We're going to take a look at it. Let's just throw it into a dock. Let's just keep it with a standard hostile crew that I use for things. Let's search by interceptors, grab the Revenant. We're going to leave it at tier 1. We're going to leave it at level 1 with my necessary researches. I have got a warp range, a pitiful warp range of 152. The crew that I'm going to start using, can we get higher than that? Oh, we can. Can we get any higher than that? No. So we're capped out at the moment at 44. Okay, so we're going to send that out there, 29 seconds, and we're going to show you the different bits. The refinery will now have changed massively. So you can see now lots and lots of stuff has now started to open. So what do you get? So by unlocking the ship, you get a Nexus Particles gift. The Nexus Particle gift is for ionized Nexus Particles. Now I'm specifying this because there are 2 types of Nexus Particle. There are ionized and then there are standard particles as well. The ionized particles are used for specific researches to unlock their level 1 and then their final tier. Now we have got details on how many of these that we need, but basically these are not the standard research materials. So what you'll see if we dive into the research tree, while we're talking about this, I think it's a good time to cover it. So if we go into the research tree, and there has been an addition to your Starships research. So Starships, go right down to the end, you will see that there has been a new section added. Now, certain things will use these. They will use Nexus Particles. However, certain researches, and it's only specific levels of certain researches. So let's take modular exhibitions. Modular exhibitions increase the base cost efficiency of the artifacts gallery schematics when upgrading the artifact gallery building. So making it cheaper for you to upgrade that building. You can see that this research use ionized Nexus Particles, ionized Nexus Particles, but that's only for level 1 and level 10. If I show you this on STFC.space, here we go, you can see that ionized Nexus Particles are used to unlock level 1, but then when we go to level 2, it moves to standard Nexus Particles. And it's not until we get to the final level of the research, which is level 10, do we need any more of the ionized Nexus Particles. So it's not like if you see it for the first level, you need it for all of them. It's only for specific levels of specific researches. But then there are some researches in game, like the Elorian Warp Engine research, which is improving how far your ship can go, is just using the standard Nexus Particles to be able to get there. And you can see this is a 2-level research. It's got plus 90 and it's got plus 270 as well. So that's the research particle. The multiple different research particles, the 2 that you will need, and how you use each individual one. Back into the refinery. So, Continuum tab, we can see that what have we got here? We've got the Mark 1. What does Mark 1 mean? I'll explain it in a second. G6 Borg Type 3 exchange. So there will be a G4, a G5, and a G6 variant of this bundle. Okay, and you can see here, because mine is the G6 variant, mine here, because mine is only at tier 1, and Mark 1, I'm explaining this to you in a second, I'm only getting paid common G6, G5, and G4 materials. And obviously I'm getting Sigma. You won't see that if you've got the G5 or the G4 Borg type exchanges. And if we look in the other one, which is the Polygon exchange, Polygon are group armadas, and the other ones are obviously the solar armadas as well. And this again pays out steel, it pays out some speed ups, some Sigma speed ups, and again G6, G5, and G4 common materials. Let's explain really quickly what the different phrasings of things are. Now, we all know how to scrap a ship. Remember, we're going to scrap the ship at the 3 different periods. Those 3 scrapping cycles are very, very important to you, because when you scrap them, I'm going to quickly show you again on stfc.space the reward bundles for these. Here we go. So the Revenant itself. So if we go down to the scrap rewards for these, you can see you can scrap it at level 1. Every single level you'll get a hull scan to allow you to rebuild the ship. Now, when you get to level 5, nothing changes. Still tier 1 or even tier 2 early doors. It's not until you bump this up to level 21, which means you've got to be at tier 5, level 21, you will then start to get paid Revenant uncommon parts, so uncommon parts for your refinery. Look, you don't get it before then, so you start getting a little chunk of parts towards your next tier. You still get your hull scan, but then you get this, the SS Revenant Mark II gift bundle key. So when you get to level 21, which obviously is tier 5, and this is the G4 region. This changes again once you get this ship up to, here we go, once we get it up to tier 10, remember, so tier 9, you can go to a maximum level 45. To get to level 46, you've got to be at tier 10. At tier 10, which is locked behind Ops 51, you then get the Mark III gift bundle key, and then you don't get the final one until right at the end, and this is 61 plus. 61 plus, you've got to get your ship up to level 71 in order for you to get the Mark IV bundle. Now, what do the different marks mean, you might add? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. So when you evolve the ship, not tier it, it's when you evolve the ship, and remember, evolving the ship means scrapping it and then rebuilding it at the specific tiers that I've just shown you, then what will happen is you will then unlock a bundle, and within that bundle, you will gain refit shards. Those refit shards, which obviously you can find if you go into your ship hangar, you can go into your refit section, and you can come down here and you can see that the different marks are here. Look, so Mark IV is there, for example, which is the SS Revenant, way to be at the top. Mark III is up there. Where's the Mark II and the Mark I? Here we go, Mark II. So everybody starts off with a Mark I. So obviously the uncommon version, you're going to pick this up, and what's this going to do? Increases the SS Revenant shots by 10 against Borg Type 3s and Borg polygons, meaning that you are going to be able to do better, bigger damage against the armadas, which are a huge part of the loop, which again we'll explain in a second. It improves the cost efficiency of parts to upgrade the Revenant by 500%. Huge. Absolutely huge, making it so it's even quicker. Okay, and obviously you get additional refinery options once you get to level 51. So yes, you can do this in G4. You can unlock this refit. However, the upgrade bundles require you to get to Ops 51 before you can see the increase in the bundles to go up to G5 materials, which makes sense. You don't want somebody who's Ops 44, for example, being able to get G5 materials. That would just start to break the economy, which is not needed. So, easy terminology. Tiering the ship, same as every other ship. Evolving the ship is basically scrapping the ship at specific tiers, getting the refinery bundle, which then unlocks this skin. Once you unlock this skin, that is you evolving the ship, and you go through the 3 different evolutions. So from Mark 1, which is when you build it, to Mark 2, to Mark 3, and to Mark 4 at the specific times. Quite simple. Might sound straightforward. Sorry, might sound complicated. It's not. Once you've got your head around it, I think it will be relatively easy. And obviously, I wanted to show you how easily this is tier 1, level 1. Let's just have a look. Standard hostile crew. I've not even changed anything. Let's see if we can kill a level 44 with it. You watch it obliterate me now. There we go. Killed it. How much damage did we take? Absolutely none. Now remember, I've got up 65 research. Might be slightly different for you. Obviously that's there, but you can see, look, within these systems you have got the Borg polygons, and then you've got the Borg Type 3s. Now this is important, okay? The Borg polygons, these are the group armadas. So these are the ones, when you click them, come out of there, you can see it's a group armada, okay? And you'll be able to take obviously up to 7 people to those, depending on the level of your armada control center. Now the other ones, the rare armadas that you can see in this system, the ones that are Borg Type 3.0. Now, what this means, it means that your ship's ability, so its ability to get rid of the cutting beam from this ship, is designed for a Mark I Revenant, okay? When you move up systems, you will see that number go from 3.0 to 3.1. 3.1 requires you to have a Mark II. 3.2 requires you to have a Mark III. And then 3.3 requires you to have a Mark 4 skin to be able to combat the individual Armada abilities. Without that, I mean, look at the strength of these. This is an Ops 44 Armada. Did you see what strength it was? 713 billion. It's ginormous. Most people with most ships will not be able to kill these without the SS Revenant. And it's pointless anyway, because if we go back into the refinery, what you're then going to do with those Armada loots, so you are going to be killing the Borg exchanges, which are the solos, you're going to be killing the polygons, which are the groups, and then you are going to be refining these like every other refinery chest. You're going to be getting parts for your Revenant to be able to upgrade it. You're going to be getting fabricator chips, which I'll explain in a second, your Nexus particles, which are your standard research particles, and obviously then materials and resources, which will be improved by tier. The fabricator chips, which you get every single time that you pull it, allow you to come down to these bundles here, and you are able to go in and exchange for more materials. So like if I went and got a fabricator chip, I'd be able to come in here and get another pull of G6, G5, G4, or obviously this is G6 for me because I'm 61 plus. Again, these are going to scale pending whether you are sub 51 or sub 61. You will see the G4 or G5 variant of them. So it's an additional source of materials for you every single time that you pull the Armada chests. Now, the evolution chests, this is something that I did want to talk to you. You can see here on the right hand side, you've got a Mark II preview. So when you evolve the ship, so this is when we get it to tier 5, at least level 21, and you scrap that ship. When that ship scraps out, if I quickly flip back to stfc.space, we can see here, level 21, we're going to get paid the SS Revenant Mark II gift bundle key. What does the gift bundle key do? If we go back in, it allows you to go into here and it allows you to claim this. And what this pays you, it pays you all of the shards that you need to get your Mark II refit to enable all your different abilities. It gives you advanced fabricator chips for Mark II. I'll explain that in a second. These are different to the fabricator chips I was just explaining, which are daily payouts of materials. You get a big chunk of Nexus particles, and look at these. These are all guaranteed. Notice these don't say chance. Huge amounts of uncommon, common, rare, epic materials. Boatloads of steel, boatloads of titanium, especially for people in the 40s and 50s, and a huge amount of materials. And this is a one-time gift basically to get these shards. But then you're going to get this here. You're going to get 10 of these advanced fabricator chips. The advanced fabricator chips you can then use one however you want to within these bundles, with a chance to get huge payouts again of these materials. Now, these are one-time bundles, so once you scrap it once at tier 5 and you use your 10 fabricator chips, you will never get that again. You cannot keep continuously scrapping it at tier 5 to keep getting those evolution gifts. These are one time only, so it's a one-off injection into your account of these valuable resources. You can also see what will happen obviously to your Armada bundles when you evolve the ship. So obviously this is based on a Mark II. You can see how it increases, so you can do a comparison between that if you wanted to look at it. And you can see when you go to Mark II, that's when you start getting the rare parts for your ship as well, and you get that in both bundles, so both the Armadas for the solos and both the group Armadas as well. Okay, so let's break this down again. What you're going to do, if you decide that you want to build the ship, you are building the ship because it is the best ship for taking on these QC tagged hostiles, these assimilated Korn classes and the assimilated whatever the hell they're called, all the other different things, Phronem classes, all these things. That's what you're going to use it for. It's going to absolutely obliterate these because of its massive damage boost. You are going to tier it up so that you can get it to the stage where you are then going to scrap it at tiers 5, 10 and 15. You're going to scrap it at those 3 levels. By scrapping it at those 3 levels, you are then going to be able to get your evolution gifts, which is your skin, to evolve the ship, evolve your refinery to get even more out of this loop. Huge payouts across the board, massive payouts. This is basically a resource and materials farm for you. Resource and materials farm for you to be able to do it. Couple of other things to note in the refinery. You can see here we've got an enhanced claim. So by having the SS Revenant Chaos Tech Shards, we've got an enhanced version of this. So we can pull this again for another 10,000 Chaos modules. There doesn't seem to be any timer on this. Wasn't it where this was coming? Chaos Tech Fragments, because I've already got one of the Forbidden Techs unlocked from last month. That'll probably be that ladle thing. And then I've got some more of the Q Canals and Temple Conduits. And again, that's on a 20-hour cooldown. Now, if this remains, I wasn't aware this was going to be in there. It's basically saying that So the bundle to claim the Chaos Tech shards that you can have by not building the ship to start sourcing them, that disappears, and you then get access to this enhanced claim that rather than paying out 1 shard, it now contains 5 rolls. So building the Revenant itself is going to 5x the speed at which you will start to acquire the Chaos Tech, which is really nice. I wasn't aware that was in there, so that's nice to see. The Borg Armada directives and the Polygon directives, you can see here, these are just daily claims. So all you're going to do is you're going to go in, you're going to claim your Armada directives every single day, absolutely free. Don't have to work for those, don't have to exchange any modules to allow you to go out and do those directives. Really, really happy with that. And if we look at how much these actually cost, so the Polygon Armadas themselves, they cost 100, so you can get one of those every single week. It's only one a week, so you've got to be really careful with this. Make sure that you kill it. And then the other ones, which we got 1,400 of, you can run 14 of those per week, because that's what the free claim was for me. We've got 1,400 in the free claim, and it's 100 per, whereas the Borg Polygon, the group Armadas, make sure you coordinate with your team, because you saw I only got 100 from that weekly claim. It's now on a 6 day and 20-hour cooldown, and it's 100 to be able to start it. So be very, very careful. Don't waste those Borg Polygon directives. That's the Revenant. I hope you like it. I think it's a good ship. I think it's got some good utility. I think it's a fantastic economy boost for your individual account by getting it. There is a free-to-play path, which is outstanding, which is 100 days. And looking at the path, my initial impressions are that 100-day path is not bad at all, only needing a relatively small amount of the tech modules to be able to actually do that pull every single day. So I think everybody should go for it. Do I think you should buy it month 1? I think if you want your account to start benefiting from a huge influx of materials and resources, then yes, you should. Or if you can afford to wait for 90 days, 100 days to actually get that Revenant, then you do you and do the right thing by it. I hope you found that useful. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave any comments down below. Let me know what you think of the ship. Anything that you think that you need explaining again, by all means, happy to make content. We will be streaming live on Twitch, showing off the Revenant, everything that it does, how it works and everything. But I hope I've broke this down to make it simpler for you. But basically, the simple rule of it is you go kill the hostiles to fuel the refinery. The refinery then gives you the stuff to be able to do the Armada loot. You build the ship up, keep building the ship up, because your Armada loot is sourcing the parts. You use those parts to tier up the ship. Once you get to tiers 5, 10, 15, you scrap the ship and move on to the next phase of the journey. Might sound convoluted. I think once people get their head around it, it will be quite simple. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember that absolutely everything is better with lube. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.